Hi everyone! Almost the end of another week. I cannot believe it. It is madness. Madness, madness, madness. I hope you're all feeling well today. I hope you all had a great day. I hope you all had a great week. One more to go. Who watched the talk with Renee Naylor today? It was absolutely so cool. A lot of really good tips. I know a lot of you are always asking me about knee things. So I hope that if you have any kind of knee issues, that you either go back and listen to her talk, or that you watched it live with her, which was really great. Just trying to find myself here. There we go. Found myself. Sorry, guys. Technology. Hey, Siri. Siri, you're supposed to be doing your admin, not watching. Hi, Belinda. Welcome. Hi, Kaylee. Oh, got the Jeff family on here today. Hi, Bronwyn. Welcome. So yeah, I was just saying, like, I absolutely loved the talk today with Renee about the knee strengthening. She brought up so many valid points, such good advice. Really valid advice. So any knee injuries, please go and watch it. And I think the best piece of advice that she gave that I heard was, if you do any of those exercises that she showed in the video and you're still feeling pain after, say, a day or two, then you need to go see a physio. So just check out that video if you didn't watch it early on. Hi everyone. Hi Lisa. Hi Michael. Lillian, Natasha. Hi everyone. Hi Rosalind. Hi Lorna. Oh, welcome everyone. Nice to see a lot of returning faces this week. I've seen some of you at every live J Flow this week. So I keep hearing something over there. Maybe I'm paranoid. Yeah. Some night. Hallo Morgs. Hallo Maggie. Welkom. Ek hoop jy gaan die klas doen en nie net kyk nie. Ek hoop jou mat is uitgerol. Hi Taryn, welcome. Nice to have you all here. So for today's session, you won't need anything. I always advise having a pillow, just so that if you end up holding a pose with contact to the floor and you're feeling a bit of pressure or pain in a part of your body, then you could just pop the pillow in underneath. But other than that, you'll just need your mat and yeah, enough space to kind of move your arms around in a circle around you. Hi Pedro. Hi everyone. How's everyone's bodies feeling after another week at Jeff? Again, just seeing like majorly inspirational posts on the group this week. Everyone really just like standing together, reminding one another, you know, eat clean, drink your water, look after yourself, get your high intensity classes in, get your recovery flow sessions in. Of course, Siri's post of her progress posts from when she came back to Cape Town, absolutely incredible. I mean, we all know Siri's super inspiration. So yeah, it's been so amazing just to see how alive the group has been this week. Kevin Hughes, welcome. I hope you'll be practicing tonight, not just watching. I laughed at that, Michael, so much. Michael tagged me in a post, if you didn't see on the group, of asking a kid what yoga is. And if I have it correct, the kid says it's basically just breathing while doing slow karate. And I was like, I absolutely love that. So Thank you guys for joining for some slow karate tonight with lots of breathing. Hi Taryn, first flow session, yay! Welcome. Anyone else who's new tonight, let me know if it's your first time practicing. Let me know if you guys have any questions around the practice or around yoga. Always here to answer questions. I'd love to know how your bodies are feeling. You know, what are your expectations for these flow sessions for yourself? What are your goals for these flow sessions for yourself? You know, a lot of us who've been working together since the beginning of June set an intention right in the beginning of the month for these specific sessions. So in other words, my flow sessions are for me for rest and rehabilitation. Obviously you're going to get a bit of everything, but just to have a specific intention is so important. So perhaps it's these 45 minutes are your alone time, or these 45 minutes are really your quiet time to connect with yourself, or these 45 minutes are there to have complete relaxation in your body, whatever it is. So if you haven't set an intention for June yet around your flow sessions, then start thinking about that, and then we set that intention just before we start practicing. I feel like there's a lot of Tanyas on the group tonight. Hi Adna, welcome. I don't know if it's Sian or Sean. I know Sean that's also spelled that like that. Welcome everyone. Hallo Anda. Welkom. Lekker om jou naam hier te sien. Ek hoop jy gaan 'n bietjie saam yoga vanaand. Ek het jou baie lank laas gesien. So yeah, tonight is a beginner's flow session. So that doesn't mean we don't work hard. That doesn't mean we kind of drift off. It's about being present. It's about being in your body. But the movements are more about getting some nice mobility. We'll definitely get some stretches. A little bit of core focus tonight, but different core. I think to the normal core that you guys are doing. And then doing a nice relaxation at the end. And then obviously a lot of breath work. I'll cue as we go, but really breathe freely as much as you need to. Take a break if you need to. Look after your bodies. Hi Pumeza, welcome. Welcome to everyone if it's your first time here tonight. First yoga session perhaps for a few of you. Hallo Byron, hoe gaan dit? Welkom, ek hoop jy gaan 'n bietjie saam yoga vanaand. Ek hoop jou mat is uitgerol. Yeah, so I said a bit earlier on, for those of you who have not been on the call yet or who jumped on now, you will not really need anything specific for the practice tonight. But you can have a cushion ready, just there as an extra prop if you ever feel like your body is taking strain on the floor, mostly knees, then you could just pop the cushion in underneath your knees. All right. Favorite times of the day. Oh, Belinda, it's so nice to have you here always. And so we can all just take some time to just relax, like really genuinely take a few minutes of our day to breathe. I got this new app, and it gives you the like option to breathe. So you can choose like breathe for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And I said breathe a minute, and it started, and the minute felt like forever. And I just realized, you know, even as a yoga teacher, like we all forget to breathe throughout our day. And what you can imagine what that does is that the more shallow you're breathing, the tighter you, and especially with all the exercises and training and stuff we do, the tighter your intercostal muscles especially get. I mean, pecs, chest muscles, that gets really tight. And the tighter that gets, the less our lungs can expand, and the more difficult it becomes for our lungs really to open and close. So that's why it's just so important in these sessions to get your deep breaths in. So really feel like you're expanding from front to back, from the sides out. Almost imagine like three-dimensionally. So if you could picture maybe like two balloons in your lungs that you blow up, and your lungs just fill completely, so you get a nice stretch around the lungs. Hi Melanie, welcome. First time, take it easy, look after your body. And then I saw here, is it Cyan? That's beautiful. Often is mispronounced. Cyan, I hope I'm saying it right now. It's a beautiful name. I had a cat named Cy, so fond of the name already. All right, guys, I think let's get started. Welcome, Lana. Yeah, so we're actually going to start lying down on our backs. So you can bring yourself to lie all the way down on your back. Gently hug your knees to chest. Feet can be slightly floppy. And then just close your eyes here. You could rock a little side to side if that feels good. The back of your head is on the mat, upper back, middle back. Try get your lower back, everything on the floor. Obviously, your tailbone's going to curl up. And then just feeling your thighs into your chest. You can close your eyes if they're not. Take a nice full breath in. Take a nice full exhale out through the mouth. And again, a full breath in. Full breath out through the mouth. And one more full breath in. And full breath out. Nice. I'm just staying here for another few breaths as you just bring your intention into your awareness. So if you've set an intention for June, if you've been following these classes, bring that attention into your awareness. If you haven't set an intention, then set one now specifically for your flow classes. We've only got tomorrow pretty much, and then another week or so left of the month. So just for the last bit of June, what would your intention be around your flow sessions? Beautiful. And if your mind starts to wander throughout the practice, just bring your focus back to your breath and to that intention. Okay, gently open your eyes. Interlace your hands around your right knee or around your right shin and extend your left leg forward. Ground your left heel and then almost point into your left foot, but then flex your toes back. Same with your right leg or your right foot. Your toes are your foot is pointing, and your toes are drawing back. Take a full breath in. And when you need to exhale, curl yourself up, squeeze your right thigh to chest, and see if you can bring your nose to touch your knee. Squeeze all your breath out. And when you need to inhale, lower back down. 2 more like that. Full breath out. Exhale, squeeze the breath out. And inhale, soften down. 1 more. Exhale, roll up, squeeze the breath out. And inhale, soften down. So nice. Let's switch legs. So also change the interlace around the fingers. Extend right leg forward, left knee to chest. Keep your head down and breathe in fully. And then exhale now, drawing left side to chest. Exhale, come up if you can, knee to nose and nose to knee. When you need to inhale, soften down. Keep going. Exhale. So yes, my arms are helping me, but I also have an activation into the belly. And soften down. Last one here. Exhale, cool. And then lower yourself back down. Beautiful. We'll switch again. Interlace, change back to your first interlace. Take a full breath in. And then curl yourself all the way up, squeezing knee to nose, nose to knee. Breathe freely now. Release your hands to behind your head. Keep your shoulder blades up off the mats. Take a full breath in, lift a little higher. And then release yourself down to the floor. Exhale. Elbows curl up to the ceiling. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor. Squeeze that right knee to chest. And soften, inhale. Nice, stay with me. Exhale, come all the way up. Stay up, bring your interlaced hands back around your shin. And now start to take your right heel to your buttock to the floor, your knee up to the ceiling, straighten out your arms, tuck your chin, and then kind of hang on yourself. So when I'm here, I can even bring the ball of my foot to the floor. I'm hollowing in my belly, I'm tucking my chin, and I'm getting this beautiful stretch around my shoulders, around the tops of the shoulders, into my neck. Can even move around a little bit. That feels quite good. Let's say one more full inhale, full exhale, and then bring yourself with that leg all the way to our starting position. Beautiful. Let's switch. Change your interlace, reach right leg forward, ground the heel. Take a full breath in. And exhale, curl yourself all the way up. Suck your belly down and in instead of kind of pushing it up and out. Stay up. Take your interlaced hands behind your head. Rest your head in your hands. Take a full breath in. Lift a little higher. And then exhale, release down. Keep your elbows curled up. Inhale. Curl up. Exhale. Release, inhale, and curl up, exhale. Stay up, take your interlaced hands around your leg. Remember, it's left heel down towards the floor, knee up. See how I ground the ball of my foot? My right heel is also pressing into the floor. I tuck my chin, I hollow my belly, and I kind of just hang out on myself. Feels quite nice. And deep, full breaths. Nice. And on your next exhale, bring yourself all the way down. Draw right knee into chest and give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. Okay, from here you're going to cross the ankles. Notice if it's the same way you'd always cross, then change the cross of your legs. If rocking forward and back on the spine doesn't work for you, simply roll to the side. We'll all meet in tabletop. For those who are rocking forward and back, it can be quite a nice little massage. As you go forward and back, and forward and back, and then eventually you'll come up to sit. Come over your knees, come onto all fours. And so my wrists are under my shoulders, my palms are spread. Let's do 3 simple rounds of cat-cow. So moving to your cow shape, start to inhale, lift the sit bones, draw your shoulders down, curl your ears back. We call this extension. Start to exhale, tuck your tailbone, press firmly into your hands, tuck your chin and stretch across the upper back. 2 more like that. Let the breath lead you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. So nice. Let's come into a neutral spine. We'll find our first downward dog with really bent knees so that we can prioritize the length of our spine. Take your hands forward, one length of your own hands, and then make sure your hands are at least as wide as your shoulders. For those of you with quite big or tight shoulders, you might like to take your hands even wider, and then your index finger is pretty much facing forward. Mine isn't completely forward, but it's definitely not turning inwards, and my palms are really spread, my fingers are spread. So tuck your toes under, lift your hips, knees are bent, arms are straight. I'm going to allow my head to really soften down, straight arms, and I'm just inverting my pelvis. Suck your lower belly in, and then roll your outer shoulders down towards the floor. So if you look at your elbows, the eyes of the elbows pretty much want to point towards the opposite corners of your mat. Take one more breath. Nice. Look forward, and then you can walk with bent knees. You could even come up to your fingertips to walk yourself to the top of your mat, and then you'll bring your big toes to touch. Let's take a little halfway lift here. So bring your hands to your shins, press into your hands, and then you can see, if you look at me, I start to press into my arms, and then I lengthen. And as I lengthen my spine, I can feel it in my hamstring, I can feel it in the back of my knee, my calf muscle, my heels, because your whole back line, from your eyebrows, over the head, the neck, the back, the buttocks, all the way down to under your heels, is all connected. So we want our spine long. Watch the shoulders at the ears, draw your shoulders down, and make the spine nice and flat. Bend your knees as much as you need to here to lengthen the spine. Beautiful. Release that all the way down. Bend the knees more to roll the spine up, stacking the vertebra one at a time. As you come up, you'll loop shoulders up, back, and down. High mountain. Take a full breath in, reach, full stretch. And then for this first round, let's bend the knees as you move through your midline to fold yourself back forward. Tuck your chin, complete your movement. And then move into a halfway lift. You're going to place your hands down, step into a high plank. Navel draws to spine. Press firmly to your fingerprints. And then lower your knees down. Hugging your elbows in and back, so you almost brush your rib cage as you bring your pelvis, your belly, your chest, and your nose to the floor. Untuck your toes, and then roll the inner thighs up so you can really place the pinky side of your foot to the floor. Slide your hands way forward and wide of your shoulders. And we'll move through a few rounds of like a rolling cobra. So your inhale, you'll start to lift the back of the head. Elbows can slightly lift. And then you'll curl your ears back so that your top row of teeth are parallel to the floor. So I'm not flinging my head back. Top row of teeth are parallel to the floor. Watch for the shoulders that want to crunch up. Draw them down. Watch for the elbows that want to pop in. Draw them in. Nice. And then your exhale, you'll lower down, but pull your hands back on the floor. Don't move them, but pull them back as if you're trying to pull yourself forward off your mat. Squeeze all the breath out. We'll keep going. Reaching up, inhale. And then lowering down, exhale. And coming up, inhale. And lowering down, exhale. And one more here. Inhale, lift. And lower down, exhale. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press onto your knees. Bring your knees hip distance apart. Tuck your toes under. Find your bent knee, downward dog again, pressing back into the hands. Alright, so now your feet are hip distance apart. Your shoulders are hip distance apart. And we're going to get a bit into the back line now more. So pressing into your left hand, keep your left knee bent, but start to extend your right leg. See if you can anchor your right heel to the floor. Squeeze that right thigh muscle onto thigh bone and draw your right kneecap up. You want to get such amount of kind of weight into the heel of this right leg that you can lift your right toes off the floor. And switch. Weight into right hand, right knee bends, and left heel presses down. This should feel really nice in your calf muscle. My left thigh is super active. Don't forget about the belly, draw it in, and don't forget about the breath. Bend everything, look forward, and then you can either step your feet, kind of walk forward like we just did, or step left foot, then right foot to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your shins, take your halfway lift. So now you might already start to feel that, oh, this already feels a bit different. My back line already feels a little looser. But you're active in the spine. Okay, so again, remember this shape. Release, fold forward, heavy arms, heavy head. Bend your knees if they're not. A little squeeze in the buttocks and a little press into the heels rolls you all the way up to loop the shoulders up, back, and down. So nice. High mountain again. Inhale, reach up. This time, if you like, maybe the legs stay straight as you fold yourself forward and down. Tuck your chin, complete the movement. And then come into a halfway lift. Okay, press the palms down to the mat. Step back, high plank. Fingers are nice and spread. Back of my head is lifting. And then I'll lower my knees. And then bring myself all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Adjust as you must to press the pelvis into the floor, the pelvic bone into the floor. Your toes roll down, so inner thighs roll up. Again, take your hands forward, maybe not as forward or wide, and then you'll raise up into a little higher cobra. So again, crown of the head draws up. Wake up the back body. So yes, I'm pressing into my hands, but I can feel my back is really awake. My elbows are hugging inwards. I'm stretching out my belly. I'm curling back my ears. And then just take 3 deep breaths here. Legs are strong. Beautiful. And lower yourself down. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Come onto your knees. Separate your knees and again, find your bent knee, downward dog, lifting hips up and back. This time, keep your knees bent but bring your big toes to touch. Okay, swivel your buttocks and your heels to your left. So my left hip is rolling under my right, and then I'm going to extend my right leg, come onto the tips of my right fingers and look under my right armpits. So I'm really pulling that top hip across and underneath. My weight is on my left hand, but I'm not locking out into my left elbow. And then back through to center. And then you'll switch. Heels and buttock to the right. Grounding my left heel. Coming onto my left fingertips. And then looking under my left armpit. Got a bend, a slight bend in my right elbow. And then I'm pulling this left side body across. I'm reaching my left fingertips across. Getting this nice stretch across my rib cage. Nice. Come back to center. Find your symmetry. Look forward again. Maybe it's 1 step, 2 step to the top of your mat, or a little walk forward. Halfway lift, hands to shins. And then forward fold, head heavy. Bend the knees. Press into your feet. Slowly roll the spine up. And loop the shoulders. So nice, we keep going. Inhale, high mountain, reach your arms up. And then take a nice forward fold. Take a halfway lift. We're going to step our right leg back and just for a moment lower that knee to the ground. Bring the torso up and bring the hands to the hips. Okay, so now I can feel that I want both my hips facing forward. My belly's drawing in, my pelvic floor is kind of drawing upwards. My right glute is nice and active. And we're going to move up into a high lunge. So back toes are tucked under, press into my feet, lift my whole torso off the mat. Okay, I'm going to work to straighten out that back leg, roll that right hip level to left, and then you want this thigh as parallel to the floor as you can get. Squeeze your rib cage in, and then reach both arms up. Deepen your breath. Soften your shoulders. Soften your face, but strong legs. Nice, bend the elbows, lift the heart. You can take a little back bend here. Maybe you lunge a little deeper as you bring your hands to the floor. Look forward, little core connection. Step forward, halfway lift. Take a forward fold. Bend the knees and roll the spine all the way up. And loop the shoulders. Exhale. High mountain, arms up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. We're going to take our left leg back. Breathing freely, ground your left knee. And bring yourself up, hands to hips. Okay, so my feet are on parallel tracks here. It's a forward-facing hip pose. And then my back toes are tucked under. I'm going to use my core to help me to lift my torso up. And then my hands are here to help me feel if I'm opening this left hip. I want to roll it forward. I want to have a nice active right foot. Remember what Renee was saying in her knee session today. You don't want your knee past your ankle. You want it right above, nice and stacked. Strong left thigh. Reach your arms up. Deepen your breath. Draw your rib cage slightly in. Straighten your arms. And then find stillness in the pose. Let's come out by spreading the fingers and drawing the elbows up and back. Lunge a little deeper, maybe a little back bend. Brings the hands to the floor. Look forward. Step forward, halfway lift, and forward fold. Bend the knees, slowly roll the spine up, loop the shoulders, up, back, and down. Alright, so depending on what the space looks like in front of you, you've got a lot of space in front of you, don't worry. I've got a plant and a wall, so I'm going to step myself just a little back, maybe a third or a half onto my mat. because we're going to move into a balance, leaning forward. So let's reach our arms up. Nice, and then you'll fold yourself forward and down. Let's take a halfway lift. Right leg back. This time keep your knee off the floor and come straight up into that high lunge, reaching arms up. Okay, now you know what this pose is supposed to feel like. Bring your hands in front of your heart. So we're just going to eliminate the hands for this balance today. We're going to move into our warrior 3. If you were here on Tuesday, I think we did it on Tuesday. You're going to shuffle your back foot a little closer. Bring your weight onto your left leg. Keep your left knee bent for now as you draw your right leg up. Okay, so I don't want my right leg kind of moving off my midline. I want it to be nice and firm, straight from the hip bone, toes flexing down. And remember when I said to you, remember this feeling of your halfway lift, long spine? Now you're just in a one-legged halfway lift. Back of my head is drawing slightly up. And then if you can, you'll start to straighten out your bottom leg. Keep that right hip level to left. Let's hold one more breath. If you wobble, bend your knee. And then step right foot back as controlled as you can. Move back into your high lunge. Take your little back bend here. Hands to the floor. Look forward. Step forward, halfway lift. And forward fold. Bend the knees. Slowly roll the spine up. And loop the shoulders. So nice, everyone. Last side, stay with me, stay focused. Arms reach up, inhale. And then fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. It's our left leg that steps way back now. Remember, knee stays off the floor. Front knee above its ankle. High lunge lifts you up. And then hands to heart. My left glute is really active here. Then I'm going to bring my weight forward. I'm going to hop, hop, hop until I can raise my left leg. Flex my ankle. Kind of play around with my hip line here, making sure that my sacrum's nice and level. Strong straight top leg. And then if you can, strong straight bottom leg. Okay, drawing crown of the head forward. Shoulders away from ears. Stay one more breath. Beautiful. Bend into your standing leg. Step back. Find your high lunge. Bend your elbows to lift your heart. And bring the hands down and forward. Step forward. Find your halfway lift. Take your forward fold. Bend your knees and slowly roll the spine up and loop the shoulders. Good job, everyone. Just keep going. Make our way down to the floor. Arms up and fold forward. Take a halfway lift. Step back, high plank. And then knees to the floor to bring yourself all the way down. Keep your knees hip distance apart. And then start to squeeze both heels to your buttocks. So here, again, adjust yourself as you must so you can really feel your pubic bone pressing down onto the mat. And maybe even feel a little lift of your thighs. Yeah, you might be able to take both hands back at the same time, but if not, take your left hand to your outer left ankle. Take your right hand to your outer right ankle. Bring both shoulders square. Flex your ankles. And then from here, press your pubic bone down. Start to kick your shins back. And then lift to look forward. Deep, full breaths. Let's hold for 3, Deep breath for 2. Relax your face for 1. And then gently release. Bring one hand to stack on top of the other. And then just rest your left cheek or your left temple on your hands. And so now, with the mat or the floor underneath you, kind of pressing into your chest, you should be able to feel your heartbeat quite clearly. And so we're stimulating our circulatory system, we're stimulating our nervous system, and really getting our body talking to all corners. Nice. Let's take a second round. So come back to center. Wiggle as you must. Bring your heels back towards your buttocks. And then if you took both at the same time, you can do that. Otherwise, work with me. Right hand, outer right ankle. Left hand, outer left ankle. Flex your feet. Start to kick your shins back. Look up. Roll your shoulder caps back, broaden through the collarbones. Kick back, lift up. Kick back, lift up. Maybe the thighs even leave the floor. Maybe rock a little forward and back. Let's take 2 more breaths. Nice, slowly release. Bring the feet down. Switch which hand is on top. And then come onto your right cheek or your right temple. You can take a nice sigh out through the mouth. You can take a little wiggle through the back. You can close your eyes for a few breaths, let your heels fall out. And just let yourself completely soften. Take 2 more breaths. Nice. Bring yourself back through to center. Bring your hands under your shoulders and press onto your knees. Okay, we'll move through again like we started, 3 rounds of cat-cow just to release. So just inhaling and then taking a nice gentle rounding here. And then again a nice inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to round. And then last one here, inhale. And exhale to round. Come into a neutral spine. Bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees nice and wide. And then you'll sit back into a child's pose. So this is perhaps an opportunity to use your cushion. If your buttocks don't go down to your heels, you could place a cushion between your heels and your buttocks. Arms will reach forward. And you'll relax your head down. Deepen your breath. And don't let the mind wander off your mat. Stay present in your body. And then lift the forehead. Slide your hands back. Bring yourself a little off your buttocks. So remove your cushion if you have one. Tuck your toes under. And then lift yourself up and back. So you are kind of in between your thighs. Your legs are out wide. You're reaching your arms forward. Draw the lower belly in as much as you can. And release the lower back. Look up. Lift the torso. Bring your knees together. And then ground your heels. Come into a forward fold. And then bend everything. Slowly roll the spine up to loop the shoulders, and crown of the head up. Alright, so let's move through a bit of lymph work, just to kind of release all of that. So for those of you who've been doing my classes, you know I do a lot of lymph work, lymphatic system, our garbage disposal system. We need to drain it every day, gets rid of the toxins out of our body, kind of moves everything through this whole lymph network to move to the lymph nodes, to the lungs, and everywhere that it needs to go to get released out of the body. Okay, so let's take the feet a little wider than hip distance and open your arms out to the side. 2 rules about lymph work: low heart rate, long exhale. Okay, so like I said earlier, you just need a space so that if you move in a circle, A, you're not going to knock anything, and B, you're not going to knock yourself. And then just really slowly from side to side, with very little effort, allow your heels to lift so that you're not twisting your knee. So you're rather taking a twist through the foot and the hip, and just allow yourself to move side to side. The gaze follows. We're going to take a full breath in, and then exhale with an SH sound. And inhale, and exhale. Keep going just like that. And so this really can become a really nice moving meditation. It's something you can do with your kids. It's something that requires very little effort, but is so powerful and crucial to our health. So you can also, go for lymph drainage massages. There's lymph tapping. Something like dry brushing activates the lymph system. But this is just a really simple way, and it should feel quite good just to move those other liquids around in your body and just get that which does not serve us out. Let's go a little bit longer. Stay with me. Nice. And then you'll start to gradually slow down, almost like you just let the momentum stop. And bring yourself to stand again, just feet hip distance. And let's interlace the fingers, reach all the way up. Take an inhale. Stretch it out. And then a little side stretch to your right. You could bend the knees here. Back through to center. And to the left. And back through to center. Split the hands. And just take a last forward fold. So here you could take your feet quite a bit wider than your hips. You can kind of wiggle a little through the hips. You could interlace your hands behind your head. Knees could have a little bend. Just kind of so you feel the blood and the liquids drain in and around the brain, the sinuses, the eyes, the glands, the brain, the skin in the face, the scalp, inverting our heart and our lungs. And let's just take a few more breaths here. And then bend your knees all the way down, look up, heels in, toes out, bring yourself down into a squat, hands to heart. Beautiful. With control, buttocks down, soles of the feet together, Hands can wrap around the feet. Let's do a time check. Nice. Lift up through the chest, knees down to the floor. And then you'll fold yourself forward and down. And then you'll bring yourself up. Cross your legs. So here you could even sit on your cushion if you like. It might give a little bit of relief to the hips. Reach both arms up, take an inhale. Then take a little side stretch over to your right. Ground your left sit bone, reach your left arm across and soften your right ear to your right shoulder. Flip your left palm up to the ceiling. And then like you're moving through a thick liquid, draw that left arm away from you. Such a nice neural stretch this. You should feel it all the way into your fingers. Let that hand move down past your shoulder and then let it drag you up. And as you come up, the head will come up. Inhale, arms up. And then over to the other side, left hand down, right arm across, soften left ear. Flip your top palm up. And then slowly, again as if you're moving through thick liquid, take that arm down, 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 until it brings you up to sit. Reach both arms up, inhale. And then fold forward over your legs, tuck your chin. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then roll the spine up to sit. Change the cross of your legs. Find both sit bones grounded. Roll both arms up, inhale. And take a twist to your right. So right hand behind you, left hand across. Look forward first, then unravel the shoulders. Full breath in, reach your arms up. And then twist to the left. And gaze comes forward, shoulders unravel. Both arms up, inhale. And then fold forward over your legs. Full breath in. Full breath out. Roll the spine up. Take a little loop of the shoulders. Alright, so we aren't going to lie down in our Shavasana today. Unless you really feel like your body just needs to lay down, then please feel free to do so. Otherwise, the rest of us are going to kind of move into that minute or two of breath that I was talking about earlier on that I did today. You're just in any comfortable seat or lying flat down. Come to stillness. Close your eyes. Stack your bones. And then take an inhale for 4 counts. Take a long exhale for 6 to 8 counts. And again, inhale for 4. And then exhale for 6 to 8. Keep going just like that. Stay with the breath count. 4 to inhale. And then 6 to 8 counts for your exhale. Do 2 more rounds just like that. And then we'll all come to our natural rhythm of breath. If you're lying down, you'd like to stay there, you're welcome to stay there. If you're seated, keep your eyes closed. We'll bring our one hand and the second hand across our heart space. Thank yourself for making this time this evening. And for yourself to reconnect, to ground, to put your body in a state of relaxation where it can go into healing and repair. And your body can only start to heal when it feels safe, when your nervous system is relaxed. Your nervous system can only relax when the mind is relaxed, and when the breath is deep. Thank you all for sharing the practice together tonight. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining. Hope you enjoyed that. And we're almost at the end of another week. Can almost not believe it. Hope that felt good in your bodies. Like I always say, let me know, give me feedback, let's have a chat. You can always send me a DM or comment on the video. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. Such a pleasure. Pleasure, Michael. Pleasure, Sarah. Nice to have you here, Kevin. Such a pleasure, guys. Pleasure, Roz. So I will be back tomorrow again. Tomorrow is a lunch class. It's 12:30. It's also an intermediate practice. So that is going to be a little more advanced than these classes. They are step by step. But I think if you're feeling still a bit novice-y in the practice, then maybe do a few more of these beginner sessions before you hit the intermediates. Namaste. Is that free fall parachute pose supposed to increase your heart rates? Pedro, are you talking about the worries about the balance pose? I mean, anything can increase your heart rates. For many reasons. So maybe send me a DM and we can chat about it a little more in detail. Pleasure everyone. Lorna, Tracy, Bronwyn, Sandra, Janine, Lana, Melanie, Chris. Pleasure everyone. So lovely having you all here. Pumeza, can someone carry me to bed? Lisa, first session. I'm so glad. And then here we have Gabrielle, thank you. My headache from earlier was gone. That's such great news, Gabrielle. So sometimes all you need is just to shift some energy, or maybe like inversions can help, but just check yourself. So just monitor your headache. I always say, especially if you're getting quite frequent headaches, then just start keeping a journal of the exercise you're doing, the amount of water and the food you're eating. So you can just notice if there are any particular patterns that are perhaps causing a headache. I don't know if it's a regular thing, but if it's not, then I'm glad that the yoga helps. Such a pleasure, everyone. Pleasure, Rita. Cyan, Lilia, such a pleasure, everyone. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Consistency is key. Keep practicing. Pick one or two of the movements that we did tonight that, I always say don't force yourself to do the positions that you really didn't enjoy during class, because you're not going to do them. So if someone's not watching. So pick one or two of the poses that you really, really love, that feel great in your body, and try and do them every day. So if you aren't making these flow sessions, or perhaps you're going away and you don't have network, then those are the things you should be writing down and you should be practicing daily. Taryn Perry, when is the next beginners class? Taryn, beginners classes are every Tuesday and Thursday, this time, 5:30. Have a wonderful evening, Belinda. Thanks for being here and chatting with everyone. Thanks, guys. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Drink lots of water, get some good rest, have a good nutritious dinner. Don't have that sweet thing after your dinner that the bad gut bacteria is begging you for. Rather drink a glass of water, get your bum into bed, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Bye.